seeing how my dad was growing up. Just, you know, provide, like, no question asked, like, always try to do his best to make sure my family is taken care of. I have two siblings. I'm the middle child, and when he was in the Navy, and sometimes we wouldn't see him for a whole year. He'd be deployed, and like, shit, when we see dad again, and probably next year. Sometimes we'll get a little package from him, you know, because you're on a ship for a whole year. It's kind of tough trying to communicate with your family or send them stuff, and to see where he came from, the Philippines, as, you know, just a little dude saying, I'm gonna fucking join the military, and, you know, see where it takes him, to him ending up in the Bay Area, having 3 kids, raising a family, and, you know, like, that's just like, okay, that's the motivation for me to be like, fuck, this is something I gotta do as well, like, provide for my family, be great at what I'm at, like, what I'm doing, and, you know, be the provider just like him. As you know, the career path of a Filipino household, anything creative is not one of those things. They already knew off top that I wasn't gonna do no fucking medical field. When they accepted that, my dad never said it, but my mom would always be like, you don't want to join the military? I'm like, hell no. Like, I respect anyone and everyone who does it. I just respect my dad to death for it, but that's not for me. She's like, really? I'm like, I'm not signing up for something where I'm stuck in that for every day, for my 4 years, 8 years, whatever it may be. There's no one day, oh yeah, I'm gonna call in sick. No, this is this is what you're doing. Yeah, so that's what my mom was hoping. She's like, okay, but at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty bad. As far as, like, not doing what the typical Filipino would want their son to be doing, it was just because at the time, 2004, I graduated high school, and then I moved back to the Bay Area from Japan. My parents still had another year or two in Okinawa, so they stayed there, and then they finally ended up moving back to the Bay. And at the time, I just moved back to the fucking Bay. I haven't lived in the Bay since I fucking left the Bay as a kid. So, like, of course I didn't immediately look for a job. Like, I just wanted to reconnect with my folks and fucking experience America again. Like, you know, simple shit. McDonald's, 7-Eleven, shit like that. And, I'd say, yeah, back to the point where I was kind of bad at the time. I was selling weed. I was, you know, running around just trying to figure it out on my own, you know? Like, I didn't want to work at the time because I took, I tried a couple of jobs. I worked at Olive Garden for like a year. I worked at the Bank of America for a year, and, you know, I felt like the 9 to 5 shit wasn't for me. Not blaming nobody who does it. I just felt like, damn, this shit is not it for me. And yeah, when I was trapping, doing all that, I ended up actually getting in trouble. Went to jail. Got locked up in good old Napa County for weed. And then, yeah, did a little time there and got out. When I got out, yeah, my mom was even more worried. She's like scared of me going out, didn't want me to do anything. Then, you know, I knew I fucked up, and I knew, like, I had to figure something out. Like, I didn't want to disappoint my parents like that. And then, yeah, that's a little before I started to get back into the creative side. And then once I was full into it, I wasn't home a lot. I was just doing my thing. Like, my parents never said nothing until this one before podcasts. There was this DJ out there who was just doing like interviews for like you're doing, but for a bunch of Filipino people in the Bay Area at the time. And he reached out and was like, "Hey, I would love to have you on the show. We've heard about you, seen your work, blah blah." I was like, "Okay, this is weird." Like, yeah. And then this is after I've been shooting for a little bit, getting my name out there. And then we did the little interview. It was a live thing. They did it live on the internet. I don't even know how they did that at the time. And then my mom actually came across the link, and she is so happy because, coming from a small town in the Philippines to hearing her son on what she thought was radio. It's technically not the radio, but we're on the internet, it's broadcasted. She's like, "Wow, PJ, like, I'm so happy for you. That's really good." And, she was very, like, proud. And it's like, okay, let's keep this good. Let's keep this going to show them that this can be something. And when I moved out of my parents' house, and I think they realized, like, okay, I'm taking this seriously, because I would only come back to visit and never calling back home asking for support, just like, okay, I gotta figure this shit out type shit. And I feel like from then, that's when their views kind of changed, and they're just like, okay, we gotta just let him do his thing. Like, we can't tell him what to do. Like, that's just what it is.